Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Go Money. Before we go into the details, if you have not watched the introduction and money management videos, please do. It has the basic concept of wave theory and the indicators we use. The money management will give you an idea of how to manage the trade. The link is given in the description. In this video, we are going to look at weekly stock analysis. And the stocks which we are already in trade are actually analyzed in weekly trade report. So please do watch that video which we have posted yesterday. So today we are going to look at the stocks which may come for trade this week or on the following week, and where it is actually in the daily and hourly chart. So basically starting from Dr. Reddy, if you can see, it has completed the impulse followed by A, B and C. So it has completed the wave, and now we will be having a breakout followed by consolidation for another up move. So we are waiting for that. It might take a week or so. Maybe let me go to hourly to see where we are and if we can actually get a trade at a lower time frame. So at this point it looks like yes, you can try. This is an impulsive move followed by two correction. So if it breaks up, we can enter a trade depending on the risk appetite what we have. We have to make sure the stop loss has to be kept. So assuming there can be a possibility this week for a trade, if it breaks out, we might try to even capture that. Okay, coming to HCL Tech. HCL Tech had a very good up move after completing the pattern. So we didn't have a chance to enter the trade yet, but it has completed the impulse followed by A, B and a C. C was pretty sharp, but we are getting a V-shaped. We might get a V-shaped recovery, but we are getting an uptrend. So at this point, if you see, yeah, this had a small pull down, but this whole thing's an impulse. We have a correction. Maybe we might see something like this. Then if we get a breakout, we will try to enter, which may be in a week, somewhere around in a week or two. So yep, this we might also get a nice trade. And CDSL actually had a nice pattern completion, but it is not still uptrend as yet, because we are expecting these are the waves inside a longer B wave. So at this point we had an impulse here followed by correction for another impulse up. So we had a chance somewhere here to enter at a lower time frame, but we are not confident enough to enter because there is a possibility always to drop down before it goes up. So we didn't enter that, but we had an impulse. Now we have a correction and then it is continuing. It may continue, but we don't have a proper setup yet, so we have to wait. But it can form anytime in a week or two possibly. But again, what we need to see is this is not going to run up, may or may not. So depending on risk appetite, let's say we are getting something which is at the breakout, then the setup is somewhere around here and here, which is not a good risk to reward ratio. So we'll see, depending on what we get and how much whatever the price action is, we will decide what to do on that. But at this point we let it run. Hindustan Lever had a good up run, up move, but in a bigger picture, yeah, in a bigger picture, if you see, this is an impulsive move followed by a correction, and then it had a pattern inside the B wave, and then it had a C wave down. So C wave is complete, and now we have an impulse up and then a bigger correction. So now maybe we are expecting this before it starts, and this again, how long it take maybe depends, but we have to see if we have an entry at the previous time frame, we have to see. But right now I don't, it is consolidating here. Maybe it can come down one more, and then if it breaks out, for sure we can get an entry point there. So we still have maybe a month to go unless we get a breakout and see what happens. At this point, not a big trade setup yet. So Britannia actually did a good move up and then it fall down. So if you can see here, this is a very good uptrend move, and then it had a very big fall to retest the previous low, and then it is actually having another impulse up. So it's very really wild move for Britannia, and it may be because of the results, but as a pattern on a daily, it looks like it has completed the impulse, and the correction is done. So it is this, if you see here, this wave is approximately, this wave's in a lower magnitude, so this can be a consolidation for further up. So we will be looking for a trade if we are able to get some. So we have to wait and watch how this performs. Coming to Maruti, we were in a trade and it has reached it reached the target what we expected, and now it is in sideways. Looks like it might run up further, but not sure. So we don't have a trade setup at this point, as it has completed and completed the B wave impulse. Basically, we were able to get this pattern, this entry, and we exited. It has reached the retracement level, exactly what we are expecting, and we have taken out the trade. So right now it is the impulse followed by A, and this is B, and we are expecting a C before it starts. So is it C coming here, no idea, but we'll be waiting for a pull down before we enter a longer trade. So we have to wait and watch to see how the price action is going to be. So coming to Nestle India, it's doing the right thing as we expected. So we are expecting this correction to reach this retracement level, and it is doing that, and then we are expecting an uptrend followed by a bigger correction to complete this wave. So basically this retracement is on the B wave, the whole thing, and then let's assume that this is an X. So let me redraw this. This is an sorry, let me come here. So this is an impulse followed by A, and in a B wave we have an impulse and a correction, and then there may be another impulse to complete the B wave, and then we will get another down for a C, then we'll have the next impulse. So right now we are in the lower time frame, which is hourly, in the last C wave before it kicks off for another up move. So most probably you will see this is our expectation. So whenever the price target reaches 17,700 rupees, around that area, and if we have a bounce play, then we will be entering in that area once we have a proper pattern. So this is to watch, but it might have another month to go, I'm assuming. So L&T, kind of similar. We are in a sideways move, and I'm expecting this to drop further to continue. At this point it made another impulse up, but I'm expecting another drop before it continues, so we are still monitoring this. Next is Reliance. If you look at a bigger picture, Reliance has actually completed the impulse followed by a correction, then it has a internal B wave followed by C wave, and right now it is actually in a C wave. And at a local time frame, if you see, it is actually touching the trend line at the 1 hour chart, but I'm expecting it to continue maybe further more down to complete this, and then maybe there is another take up. So it may take a few months, which I think it might be sideways, but never know. We'll see how the price action is and we'll decide what to do next in a lower time frame. But if you go for lower time frames, then the trade will be shorter and you have to manage regularly, and it's not easy to manage if you are not really monitoring the trade every day. Bajaj Finance actually completed its C wave and it was pretty fast. Basically, this whole thing looks like a B wave, and this has been completed the C wave part. Basically, let me put it this way. So this is the shorter impulse, but this is the whole correction for A, and then this is an internal correction, and then it has a very big move to complete B, and then we are in a C wave correction. So is the correction ended? We don't know yet, because this looks like a pretty much deep pull down with a very big good velocity. So we have to be careful, but had a nice pull up. So if we get a proper setup here for a trade, then we'll be looking for an entry. So until that point, we will be still monitoring it. Coming to Titan, same thing, it is sideways, but it has completed the move. So if we get a proper, if we have a sideways move here with a proper setup, we will try to enter. But this also has now at least a month before we see an entry, I guess. Let's watch and see what goes. And this is not like the BPCL. So this trade is not yet complete, or mainly the C wave. So basically this is kind of an impulse inside a B wave. So this is, once it completes this, then we'll have another uptrend move. So we are waiting to see where this price action will end. We are expecting around 350 rupees before it starts, and once we really have that, that should be a very good trade to enter, because this can actually hit 560 rupees at the minimum, and it can even go to 700 rupees if we are in the right direction, if we are lucky. So let's see. Once we hit this, we don't want to miss this trade. TCS also is like Wipro and HCL. It made a sharp move down, but again we had a recovery, but I'm still not convinced that this is running up. Even if it runs up, it might have some correction left before it runs up, or if it touches the retracement level, then that's a good point to entry. So we are still waiting. I'm thinking that it might have another pull down at least before it starts, but we need to wait and watch. This is just a one move up, so nothing solid yet. Tata Power, again, this is kind of we are in a B wave, and which is not complete yet. So basically this is an impulse, is A and followed by B in the sense the whole B, which is still intact. So we haven't you're not even completed the longer B wave. So but it's internally, it has two waves, and we will be, once it completes, maybe even it will have a small pull down going up, and then it can have a bigger move down followed by a move up. So we will be trading, maybe if there's a pull down for this level, we might be trading for this part, because we never know, this can even take off and then it can be pulled down here. So we don't want to miss the trade. So depending, let's see how it turns out, and we'll see how we want to trade it. Power grid is pretty consolidating at the same place for a long time, at least for a month. So but this consolidation is pretty good. If it breaks out, that is a good trade, but the point is, we are at the top. So even if it breaks out, our expectation is only here, and so this risk to reward is not that attractive. So it's better to wait for this to complete, and then it might see a pull down before it's already at the peak, so it's already in an impulsive move. We have to be careful. Tech Mahindra has had a very big pull down, but it has touched the retracement and it made a move up and then consolidating. So we have to watch if we are getting multiple consolidation at that level. We will try to see, like, let's say if it goes somewhere like this and then up, then we will try to enter, because this is already at the retracement and also at the trend line. So we have to wait and watch, but still some more time left. Infy, it broke the trend. That time it was looking like a downtrend, but this is still sideways. Only point is it has made a big move down, so I'm not expecting this may even go up, but I'm expecting this before it starts. So at this point in feed, we don't have a trade setup, at least for a few months. We really don't want to get in, as it's already at the top. ITC, again same thing, it has completed the pattern, it is in the sideways move, but at this point I'm expecting it to drop further before it goes up. So but if it even goes up, there's no pattern to work on. So as we said, it has to break out sideways for further up. At this point I'm expecting it for a downtrend. Tata Steel, same thing. Tata Steel has just completed the impulse and we are in a wave, and inside the A wave in hourly you can see that it has done a pattern, and I'm expecting it to come down. We don't know where it will retrace, but there's one more down for sure before it goes up, and we have to see how the price action at that level is. Bajaj Auto, similar, we were expecting this up when it was down, so that is happening, but is it the start? No, I don't think so. This needs another downtrend before it goes up, but in case if it goes up, we'll see how the price action for further up. Let's watch it. DMart, again DMart has completed the impulse and we are in the wave, so it is still continuing. It might go up for some time, and then we are looking for another pull down before it starts. We are still need to, I think it needs some more time for it to mature. Yep, so that's all the stocks which are monitoring right now in our portfolio. So let us know if you like to watch any other stock, or we want to bring in some more trade ideas, and we will try to manage to bring it in, or we can have a separate video for the request. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in our next video.